Now, dear student, chapter number 11, Human Eye and the Colorful World. And today we have the topic for the discussion. First, that is atmospheric reflection and its application. On the second topic, we have the application of dispersion, that is rainbow. So, first we will discuss the term that what do you mean by the atmospheric refraction, and it is a general question we have on behalf of the topic refraction. So, it is must to do the applications of atmospheric refraction. Now, as we know that as we go up in the atmosphere, so one of the basic diagram I have shown in front of you along the x-axis I have imagined the condition, that is surface of the earth, and along the y-axis I have imagined the height from the surface. So as we go up in the atmosphere, the density of the air decreases. In the lower part of the surface, or in the lower part of the atmosphere, the denser medium is there due to the presence of the heavier gases. So generally the ray of the light which suffer or coming from the coming in the atmosphere from the outer part, so it suffers the multiple refractions at the different layers, and the optical density of the layers also changing due to the concept of the hotness or the temperature. So generally we are seeing the refraction which occur from the layers of the atmosphere is called the atmospheric refraction. So it's a general basic meaning we have. Now what are the basic reasons behind this? So first reason we have included here, as we are just moving up in the atmosphere, so the density of the air decreases, so the rarer medium is available, and in the lower part of the atmosphere the quite heavier gases are there, so it makes the denser medium. And easily we know the phenomena of the refraction, as the ray is coming from rare to denser, so it bend towards the normal, or even due to the temperature effect, the uneven optical density also available in the medium, which also makes the uneven bending of the ray of the light. So these are the basic two reasons along with the atmospheric refraction. So when ray coming from the stars, sun or planets, those are far, gets multiple refraction through the different layer of the atmosphere. So it's a general phenomena of the atmospheric refraction. Now so many applications, those are based on the concept of the atmospheric refraction. So first application which I want to take here, that is called the twinkling of stars. So further I have pasted the one of the basic diagram. The surface of the earth is here along the x-axis, and along the y-axis I have taken the height h from the surface of the earth, and I have indicated the refractive index towards the surface of the earth increasing as we are moving up. So refractive index is optical density, or the refractive index of the medium is the less due to the presence of the rare medium, okay, and the because the lighter gases are there. So how the twinkling of the star occur, as we are just imagining the situation that stars are very much far away from us for an observer that is available on the surface of the earth. So whenever the ray of light is coming from the stars, it suffers the uneven bending, because due to the temperature effect the optical density also varies. Okay, so somehow the ray can come from rare to denser, or somehow it can make the movement or traveling from the denser to rarer. So observer watching this one impact in the part of the twinkling. So easily we can understood the fact this one why the stars twinkle. Okay, so one of the basic reason I have given, the light from the stars enters the earth atmosphere, undergoes the refraction continuously before reaching observer eyes. Changing refractive index produces the uneven bending of the light, so stars seems to be twinkle for an observer. So this is the one of the general application we have. Now we will discuss the another application. As I have taken the second application, dear students, apparent position of stars or stars seems to be higher, actually they are. Okay, so the general perception we have in our mind, that observer which is lying on a surface of the uh, earth getting the sunlight, getting the light from the different stars. Okay, so the as the ray of the light coming from the star suffers the multiple refraction, so it bends from its path. Okay, so we are assuming the fact here the ray is moving from rarer to denser medium, near the star they are far much away from us, so this is the rarer, and the lower surface produce the denser medium, in denser medium. So the ray suffers a number of the refractions at the different layers of the atmosphere, but the observer having the tendency always he watch the ray of the light coming directly from the stars. So stars seem to be appear. So here we have the apparent position of star. For an observer it seems to be at a dash as compared to the a. So the general phenomena comes in our mind that actually stars seems to be higher, actually they are. Okay, so this is the general reason we have of this application. So, rays coming from the far distant star suffers the multiple refraction and bends from its path, but observer watch the light in a straight line. And a straight line, that means light follow the rectilinear propagation. So stars appear higher, actually they are. So this is the general application we have. Now next application, why don't the planets twinkle but stars twinkle? So further I have shown the concept in front of you. Now observer is lying on the surface of the earth, and I have taken the comparison of the two celestial bodies. First is the moon and second one is the star. Okay, so moon is very much closer to the surface of the earth as compared to the star. So whenever the light coming from the moon, so it does not suffer the too much multiple refractions. As the lights coming from the star, so it suffers a multiple refractions at the different layers of the atmosphere. So the moon makes the impression that is bright, and a star make the impression that is twinkling. So this is the one of the base general application we have, because planets are much closer compared to the stars, and the light from the planet do not suffer much refraction compared to the light from the star. So planet showing the brightness. Okay, so this is the third application we have. Now the fourth application we have sunrise and sunset 2 minutes earlier and 2 minutes later. So it is a part of the, that mean for an observer that is standing on a earth, and earth is surrounded by the different gaseous envelope. As we know that the ray coming inside the atmosphere of the earth, so it suffers a number of the refraction. So I have taken the two terms, that sunrise and sunset. So at the time of the sunrise, now this is the portion of the sunrise, and I have taken the concept of the earth, and on the surface of the earth the observer is standing, and surrounding the earth we have the atmosphere, layers of the atmosphere, and observer watching, that mean below the horizon the sun is available for him, but the rays is coming from the rays are coming from the sun to an observer suffers the multiple refractions at the different layers. Okay, but always the observer having the tendency to see the ray of the light in a straight line. So the apparent position of the sun appears above the horizon, at the sun appears at h dash. Okay, so the total difference of the time will be that mean available 2 minutes, but it's a virtual condition we have. Okay, at the time of the sunrise, so sun is still below the horizon, but it appears at the apparent position as dash. So this is the 2 minute earlier concept we have. Now next we have at the time of the sunset. So what will happen? Surface of the earth, the observer is standing on a surface of earth. So the sun goes below the surface or below the horizon, but still it is appear above the horizon. So the further the apparent condition of the sun is appear here, and total difference of the time it is that 2 minutes. So we can say that the difference between the apparent position seems to be 2 minutes, and it's a although virtual condition we have for an observer. An observer although asking or always he want to see the source and the light coming in a straight line. So simply we can say that at the time of sunrise, sun below the horizon, the ray of the light bend continuously, and it travels from rarer to denser medium. So the rays from the sun seen by observer in a straight line. So sun appears above the horizon and it appears the 2 minutes earlier for an observer, and in evening it is also appear above the horizon due to the atmospheric refraction. Okay, so these are the basic applications we have of the atmospheric refractions. Now the application of the dispersion, that is called the rainbow. So how the rainbow forms? So in the lower classes you have made the little bit discussion. Whenever after the rain, whenever the sunlight appears in a medium and they are just passing through the droplets, and the observer had just back of the head towards the sun, so he can see the spectrum or the band color band of in the medium that is available, and the rainbow formation will appear. Okay, so how it is possible? So after the rain there are the suspended droplets in the medium, so the sunlight coming and enters from rare to denser, so it little bit bend towards the normal and striking to the inner part of the drop, and further it reflect back, and further it moves from denser to rarer, and during this process it will split into the seven color band, because raindrop works like a prism. Okay, so the observer which is standing on a surface of the earth can visualize the seven color band in the atmosphere. Okay, and these bands are available in the part of the red to violet. Clear? So the red having the least bending and the violet having the maximum bending. Okay, maximum deviation also. So generally the rainbow is a application which make the combination of the reflections, and the two refractions are here. So on the part of the rainbow we can add the little bit statement here. Rainbow is a mutual application of reflection, refraction and the dispersion. When sunlight passes through the suspended water droplets in air after rain, naturally droplets splits the white light into seven colors band and appears in the form of the rainbow. So this is the general applications we have. Up to this we have completed all the topics of this chapter. Okay, you must gone through with the revised syllabus which is prescribed by the CBSE. Okay, have a nice day.